A little over a year ago, I put an FMF muffler on this bike and then did the airbox snorkel mod, put a K&N air filter in it, and I put on an EJK, which is wrapped in foam here so it wouldn't get knocked around too much. I'm going to replace that with a 550 Performance ECU that I got a year ago as well. And that's a pretty simple procedure. I mean, it's right here under the fender. Just take this off and unplug it, put the new one in, and you're done. The EJK was also pretty simple to install. You have these two plugs. The black one goes into the original plug for the injector, and then this gray one goes onto the injector, and then you wire this ground right to the battery. The hardest part, especially on the Rally, was getting access to the top of the injector. On this side, you've got this thing in the way and a bunch of hoses in here and wiring harnesses, and on the other side, you've got the throttle cables. So even if I move this out of the way, I could barely just get my fingers in there. I could touch it, but I couldn't squeeze the connector to get it apart. So the easiest thing to do was to take out this bolt over here and the same one on the other side, and then there's a bolt way up in there. I left the nut driver on there so you can see how far in it is. But it's a long bolt that goes in from this side and attaches to a captive nut on the other side. But I just lifted the tank up and tilted it over a little bit so that I could get access to the plug, and that was the easiest way to do it. Anyway, I'm going to take the EJK out and then swap out the ECU for the 550 Performance one, and that's pretty straightforward, so I'm not going to film that. I just need to get this bike finished. So hopefully when I get it all back together, I'll be able to take some rides and maybe shoot some video and get a comparison between the EJK and the 550 Performance ECU.